What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and I went ahead and decided to go ahead and slap a brilliant CTP instruction on my Moon Knight because, as many of you already know, I am trying to push World Boss Legend. And I gotta tell you guys, I don't regret slapping this on him because, yeah, his damage just absolutely skyrocketed. Matter of fact, I don't think he even really needs a brilliant CTP of destruction to do what I'm doing. I think actually a mighty CTP of energy, maybe even a mighty CTP of destruction, would actually get it done really well in these high levels, especially depending on the amount of pierce you have. I have 22% pierce and 70% physical attack, which isn't a lot, especially compared to other competitive accounts, but it is a decent amount. And I gotta say, guys, like, he is doing so well. We're just going to jump right into it and just start with the runs because I'm going to show you guys two runs against the designated boss that I'm trying to fight. Now, I did end up slapping a CTP of Insight on Black Panther here. Now, and I did it because Moon Knight don't struggle at all with damage as far as taking out Null. Stage 86, he doesn't struggle at all with the Brilliant until I get to the very last phase. Now, that's where there's a bit of a problem. And a lot of characters struggle at the very last phase against Null. It just doesn't seem like they do as much damage as what you normally see at the very beginning of these runs. Right now, I am using Iron Man as my striker because I have the Justice tag, and we're getting all the full benefits, all the attack buffs, all the recovery, everything that Moon Knight needs from that tier 4 to increase his damage and his survivability. Now, Moon Knight does have a decreased damage received by 35%, and that is very, very helpful. It really is, and he does have a 30% recovery in his kit, and he also has an insane recovery on that tier 4, which is very, very valuable. But something I definitely noticed is that whenever you get to the last phase against Null, you really got to be very, very aggressive, right? And you need to have that tier 4 ready to go. Now look at that, guys. He finished that first phase in a minute, just a little over a minute. So I think a mighty CTP of energy or a mighty destruction probably would have been able to do it too, to be perfectly honest. But I have a brilliant, so I went ahead and decided to go ahead and use it. Now, I am using the awakened skill because it actually does have ignore iframe and it will hit him, right? This is the way that I've generally been doing. A lot of times when I go 3, 4, 5, he just dies. So I just went ahead and used the awakened skill, right? And having your tier 4 ready will definitely help. Here's where, there's a bit of a problem. Like, if you get hit by, like, this is the thing about these high levels of World Boss Legend is, like, no matter what character you have, unless it's Hulk, they will die so fast. Even with all that decreased basic damage received, they will just croak, guys. I mean, it don't take much at all. Like, Moon Knight is actually has a fairly good amount of survivability. It's just, but in this high level, I mean, whether it was him or most other characters, they just die so easy. And we're actually fighting against where we have the toxic meteorites. We have all the environmental attacks, the time freeze, everything is coming at us, the tornadoes, all of it, right? So we got all these things just coming at us all at once, which makes it even more difficult to get it done. By the way, guys, I did stage 85 yesterday, and I did it with a minute to spare, okay? This is not as good a run because I'm just dealing with so much crap, right? All these environmental attacks, but that's the reason I'm showing you this run, to show you that even in this high level, right, tier 4 Moon Knight can absolutely get it done, can absolutely do very, very well for you. And I do not regret this purchase at all because this guy is getting it done for me big time. But like I said, in the very last phase, you got to be very, very aggressive with good old Moon Knight. I always hate too, always having to build up these meters for these brilliants and mighties and so on. It's really kind of a pain in the butt. But bars just start flying off. Man, he gets it done. It's awesome. We're running around here. We need to watch out a little bit. Take out old boy. Oh boy. Gotta love the tornadoes always splurged out. And then there's the time freeze. Like I said, and there's the toxic meteorites. Like, it's all coming at us, guys. I mean, Null's really trying to take us out right now. He's trying to get it done here. But it just ain't gonna happen, guys. It ain't gonna happen. We're gonna kick his butt. Now, I might have been able to let a character die and switch back and try to use Moon Knight again, but we'll play it safe. We got plenty of time, right? Run over here. Okay. And now I don't want to use my awakened skill, right? We're going to do plenty of damage with the 3, 4, 5. And something I want to mention about Moon Knight that I didn't do in my ABX video yesterday was I actually kept canceling his damage proc by 60% from his third skill. I actually kept canceling it in the run that I did yesterday, man. Because it's only damage proc for one attack. There you guys see me go ahead and hit my skills. I hit my tier 4. We took a lot of damage, but we were able to take a few bars down. That's exactly what you got to do. I know I kind of changed the subject there for a second, but I wanted to touch on that. But anyways, I was canceling his proc on his third skill over and over and over in that ABX run. So my apologies for that, guys. You know, I mean, it's been a long time since I actually was using Moon Knight, so I actually forgot about that. So good job. But anyways, you know, whenever you hit that third skill, you need to immediately cancel on the 4-5. And whenever you're playing with the character, you need to make sure that your 4-5 is ready to go. So that way you can cancel straight into him after using the third skill, so you don't cancel your damage proc. So that's another thing I'm really trying to make sure of in these runs that I'm showing you guys, is that I am not canceling that damage proc. I'm actually getting it so we can do a whole lot more damage. I mean, that's stage 86. Like I said, I did stage 85 with a minute to spare. Not quite as good a run there, but still 86 getting it done. That's crazy. Now we're doing Mephisto stage 75. Now, the nice thing about this is you actually have Taskmaster and Blade as supports, which really, really helps, especially since Moon Knight is a combat character, right? He's got a type disadvantage, so the damage you take is ridiculous against Mephisto. It is ridiculous, but as you guys will see, right? And again, I don't think he needs a brilliant destruction. I really don't. You'll see the time that we actually clear this in, and I don't think so. I don't think so at all. But it definitely makes your life a lot easier having OP Obelisk, because when you can do a lot more damage, you can end the fight a lot quicker, and you don't have to worry about survivability as much. You still have to worry about it, obviously, but you don't have to worry about it as much because you're melting bars at a faster rate, right? You're melting more bars at a time every time you hit your skills. But we don't want to get hit because it is a bad day for us if we do. Nice. The recovery on his tier 4 is awesome. It really is great. But I gotta say, guys, like after playing with Black Widow and having that evade for a certain amount of hits, I actually like that a whole lot more. I find it to be a little bit better survivability, to be perfectly honest, especially in these high levels. But it still works. It still works, right? Now there we hit the tier 4, and look at the damage we took, guys. I mean, we almost died, but if it wasn't for that tier 4, we would have. I mean, oh, get a little screwball here. And by the way, guys, just to give you guys an idea how difficult these clears were, against Null, it did take me about 20, 25 minutes to do that clear. It definitely wasn't easy, man. It just dies so easy. And then, or when I get the last phase, I just couldn't quite get it done, right? That's why I had to learn to play quite a bit more aggressive and try to attack that cage even when we were taking damage from it. And Mephisto, though, here, actually Mephisto, believe it or not, was actually much easier. This took me about 3 tries. 3 tries, not bad at all, right? Like, it wasn't that bad. But this is a pretty good run where Mephisto isn't throwing down the purple attacks, which really does help, because I can keep attacking continuously, whereas if he throws down those purple attacks, we gotta like either switch our character or run around a little bit, because we just can't take that damage, man. We will die in this high level if we do. So whenever Mephisto isn't doing that, it just makes things a whole lot easier. But considering the time frame that I'll clear this in, even if he was doing those attacks, we definitely could get it done for sure. There's no doubt. Now there I actually got stunned, which royally blew donkey butt. But it does happen, right? And we got a lot of environmental attacks against Mephisto here as well. It's always nice when you don't have as many environmental attacks. It's just so much easier to take out these bosses. It's kind of like the thing that's annoying about facing Gore is all these attacks are just coming at you from every angle, every which way but loose, and you're just like, oh my god. Yeah, laugh away, buddy, laugh away. We're about to put a can of whoop butt on you. Oh, yeah. Right? And he does have a remove all debuff on his Awaken skill, so we don't have to worry about getting stunned whenever we use our Awaken skill. That's something that's really nice about Moon Knight, especially against Mephisto. Plus, his movement speed is really good. He can actually outrun Mephisto. That's nice, man. So you don't have to switch your characters. That's really, really good. It really helps with aids as far as doing some damage. And now old boy's going to switch to the next phase. And we're going to go ahead and just attack and murder him. And guys, look at the time frame, right? All right, we'll hit that tier 4. And boom, a minute 22 seconds left against stage 75 Mephisto. So I think that proves that you really don't need a brilliant, especially if you have card sets like mine. I mean, if you got, 70% physical tag or even a little bit less, maybe even 50%, and you're using a mighty CTP of energy or a mighty destruction, maybe you'd be able to get it done, but definitely the more physical attack you have, the better, guys. But I'm really impressed with Moon Knight, man. He's just destroying World Boss Legend for me, which is exactly what I want. So, guys, let me know what you think about Moon Knight using a brilliant CTP of destruction. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. TT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.